Good morning.
Good morning.
I love our new opening. It really gets my blood pumping.
Yeah.
I love it. We already have comments. Yay. Hey, Morningstar. How are you? Thanks for joining us. Hey, Easy Graphics. I'm glad you guys are here to write with us. This will be fun. Allie and I have already been chit-chatting, so now we're going to have to share with you about our week because we both had a similar couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
Allie, you go ahead and tell them the
Tell
frustrating.
them about my faffing.
You're faffing. Yes, this is my new word. And faffing means what? Just kind of like didn't accomplish anything?
Yeah, it's doing stuff, but that doesn't actually get anything done.
Yeah.
So I spent all Thursday trying to update a macro and discovered that I was missing a particular library file off my computer that I should have had. And ended up my evening with, oh my God, I'm going to have to just reinstall the whole of Word and have to reinstall all the add-ins and reset up all my keystrokes and things. And it came to me later that all I have to do is just change the other macro and put in the new website address for it and just do it that way instead, which doesn't get the new updated macro working, but it means the old one will work just fine. So I spent like 4 hours doing stuff that accomplished nothing.
Oh, here's that.
Oh, you star. Thank you so much.
Aww. Special delivery.
He's so helpful.
Oh, that's so great. And you've mentioned macros before. Like, you must be a really avid Word user. These macros, like, just figure things out for you somehow. Like,
they just do stuff.
Right?
So because I'm an editor, so they're super handy for just all the repetitive tasks. So I started off doing academic editing, and you get lists of citations that need to be in particular orders, like alphabetical order or chronological or reverse chronological. And I have macros that do that, so I can press 2 keys and the entire list is in the right order.
Oh my gosh. That would have been handy in grad school.
Right?
That's cool.
It's bliss. It's bliss. I love them. They are my thing. Yeah.
You should do a video, how-to video on macros for that, for editors. That would be actually really cool. And they probably have it out there. But do they have it on TikTok? Because we're going to talk about TikTok today. So, yeah, I'll show you an editor on TikTok. I pulled one especially for you.
Oh, cool.
Easy Graphics is asking if there's an equivalent of faffing in American speak.
I don't know. I just thought faffing was like a really common word. I can't
Never heard
America doesn't have faffing.
I mean, I would think like messing around, but with the F word, maybe. I don't know.
Spend time in ineffectual activity.
Wasting time. But I just, of course, you Brits have to have the right word for it. Love it.
It does say informal British. I'm like, I just thought it was global. Yeah. So everyone faffed.
Kat Sadler's here with us. Yay. Good morning. Excited to sprint. Excuse me. I don't know where my voice is today.
Oh, no.
Here, you read it. You read what Morning Graphics is.
Monistar says, very cool. I use macros for Excel. I haven't thought about it for Words. Yeah. I don't use Excel as much.
Oh, tire kicking, but an American without the Y.
Is that what you guys do?
Do you
kick a lot of tires?
That would be the phrase, the phraseology, but with an I, of course, not a Y. That's cool. That's funny. I did the same thing. I kicked a lot of tires. I did not write yesterday, which is a big no-no because that's going against my goal. And Thursday, similarly to you, I faffed around with writing. I wrote 700 words, but I was trying to write a, what did I call it? Book description, which I realized after several hours of that, that was not a productive use of my time and I was crap at it. So I did find on Fiverr that you can hire people to do this for like $15 who are much more experienced than me.
Yeah, just
at least to give it a start, and then I can tweak it, kind of thing.
I'd suggest budgeting a bit more and trying several different people, or getting recommendations from people who have used specific people, because there are loads of good people on Fiverr, but there's also loads of not good people on Fiverr, and finding the right ones can be tricky.
I agree. I try to stick to ones that have like a lot of stars and a lot of reviews, and you know, I've never yet used somebody who had no jobs yet, which I feel sad, because they, you know, you have to get started somewhere, but
you do, and they're probably amazing. Well, I mean, they're possibly amazing.
All right. Everyone's having a good time in the chat, which is good to see, and that's been fun. We are going to talk about TikTok for authors today, because this has been, I feel like each week when we get together, there's always something that comes up a lot, and it's like, okay, we should talk about that. And this week it was a few times in different groups that I've been in and stuff like that. It's like, oh, authors on TikTok. And so I thought it'd be fun. I actually have 4 TikTok videos lined up to share with you, and we can react to them. So we'll have a little fun with that and talk about anything else. So, all right, everybody is having a good time today in the chit chat. We are going to start writing. Let me remove comments. Sorry, guys. I'm like trying to chew gum and pat my head at the same time. Okay, we can stop the comment. How do I stop it? There we go. Sorry. All right, so let's get into our first writing session for 20 minutes. Okay. And then we'll come back and we'll try a couple of TikTok videos and chat a little more, and then we'll have another session. We're going to do 3 20-minute sessions. So glad everyone's here with us to write this morning. Oh, by the way, Allie, what are you working on? What's your job today?
I am not sure. I've got ideas for all 3 characters I'm currently writing. So
okay, wait a minute. So I know there's the girl, Liana, right?
Yeah, so I've got ideas for where Liana's going to go next, and where Peregrine's going to go next, and where Julia's going to go next.
Oh, Julia, okay.
So now I've got to pick. Because I've been changing hers into first.
I thought maybe you were adding in a male person, hero. You have a hero.
Peregrine. Peregrine's the hero.
Oh, the dragon.
Yeah.
Isn't Peregrine the dragon? Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. I was thinking a non-dragon person.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try to get back to my short story. I need to. Okay. I got bogged down with my short story. I had a really good start, and then I got to that middle point, and I'm like, now what do I do?
Yeah.
I think the hard part for me is that I already wrote their second chance romance, so this is trying to go back and explain like how they first got back together, and so it's like I already know where they're headed, but it's trying to. So anyway, it's been a little rough, but we'll get through it.
You'll get it.
All right, so let's go write. So I'll set the timer, and we'll see you guys in 20. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, we're back. If you're in the chat, still writing with us, let us know how you're doing. And thank you all for saying, let's see, Easy Graphics said, I'm going to make this Saturday productivity sync a regular thing. Yay, we like that. We like hearing that. And Morningstar and everyone else who's with us, and Kate. So let us know how you're doing. I actually didn't count words. I reread through what I've been writing because I want to get back, this next session, next 20 minutes, I'll be able to write because it's been a couple days since I saw it. And I also need to that video that we watched earlier in the week about short stories that we started sharing around the group. I need to kind of figure out that yes, no thing and kind of figure out what that scene is. So that's where I'm going right at the moment. How about you? How productive were you?
I went through all the work that I changed into first person and changed it back into third person.
So that was your decision. So I saw in the group you had posted one of each page, but I didn't keep track of what everyone said. It seemed like everyone liked the first, though.
I did.
So you decided to go back to third. You don't like it. Okay.
I don't.
Well, you have to be the most comfortable with it.
Yeah. The thing is, I really like it for a lot of things. When you're in a group with two people of the same gender, it makes it so much easier if one person's I and the other person's he or she or whatever, rather than trying to keep up with who you're talking about now. If you've got sentences full of she and her and whatnot, and it could be either of them, that can get very confusing. So I is much better for that, but I just don't. I automatically I do third.
I think that's great. You have to do what's good for you. You have to make it your own thing. So it's good. It's good. I can't wait to read more. I mean, it was exciting to see that one excerpt.
And I like first. I like changing it into first because it's easier for me to get in the head writing it in first. But then I change it back into third.
Just as you're writing,
I've got more detail in there and more stuff in there. But I prefer reading it in third.
Yeah. And I know genre-wise, you were also talking to Kate about, what is fantasy, what is typical there and stuff. So,
and there is a lot more first-person fantasy than there ever used to be. Although I think most of the first-person fantasy tends to err towards romance, but there's still most of it's in third.
Yeah.
So, you could do either and it would be fine.
Yeah.
But I think that makes it much more, it's got to be what I'm comfortable with decision.
Yeah, you're comfortable and what you think your readers will, enjoy reading as well. So, yeah, good choice. Let's see. Morningstar actually got breakfast in bed by her husband, which was nice.
Very nice.
It's my husband's 53rd birthday today, so I'll try to be nice to him after. But it's nice that he was nice to you, Morningstar. Yeah. Happy birthday. Let's see. She says also if she doesn't write a story every day, she has to reread it. Yeah, kind of get back into the tone of it. Okay, so if you're hanging in with us, we just want to take a couple minutes and chat about TikTok because it came up a few times this week, and that was pretty fun. And I found that really good article. I shared it in the Facebook group, and I read it last night, and I kind of took some notes. And I understand the qualms about TikTok. Like, some people think maybe it's for teenagers or something like that, but it actually, the people I've been following on romance authors just in the last couple of weeks have been older. Like I'm not following any teenagers, and they're romance authors, and so what they're trying to do is actually build like more of a community around their books and community around their writing. And so from a marketing perspective, it's pretty genius because it actually. Whereas you could do the same thing on Instagram, and a lot of them do. You could put yourself on Instagram. You can do your stories. You can add your personality, things like that. Put in more of your day-to-day life or whatever you're going to do. But TikTok is a very visual video platform. And so I found that the few writers that I've been following have really engaged with, you feel more engaged with them, you know, because you're like, I love the way they write. I love what they're writing. I read everything they've written, and you get to know the person behind it, you know, the author behind it. And I find it pretty fascinating. And the only thing I would say about Instagram for me, and then I'll let you talk, Allie. Tell me your experience so far. But the only thing I find with Instagram, I'm, you know, commenting back or liking, following, all that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't say that it's like I don't feel it's at the level of talking or conversation level with an author. On Facebook, a little bit more, because the authors that I follow that have their own little reader groups, they tend to interact a little bit. Like a reader will say, oh, I love this couple and blah, 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 blah. And then the author will comment back and say, oh, and there's this like camaraderie that develops in this ongoing conversation with these authors, and you get to know the author's personality, and it's been pretty fun on there. But I find on TikTok, there is like so much more like endearing going on, because you get to know these authors' personality and their little quirky things that they put out. I don't know. I just find it like it's a little more engaging from a reader perspective. So I can totally get why it makes an interesting platform for authors to promote their work to readers. So I'm going to let you talk for a minute now.
I haven't even looked at TikTok. But the thing is, what you said about a lot of it's teenagers, but teenagers read. They read so much, and teenagers love romance. So you know, you want to go where your readers are. That's how you market yourself, isn't it? You can't say, well, I don't want to be on that because that's for teenagers. If your readers are teenagers, you need to be where they are. And there's no teenagers I hear don't use Facebook very much, which is.
So no, they don't. Teenagers, you know, it's not the app for millennials, really. You know,
kids these days.
Instagram is, but now TikTok is. So the thing about and the thing about being an author is that, you know, especially romance, and I don't know about the demographics of fantasy writing. Yeah, and same with romance. We're kind of like anywhere from 20 probably on up to 50, 60 years old. My mom's 75. She still, you know, reads romance prolifically, you know, and so it's all over. Yeah.
Even I was reading my mom's romance at like 14.
See? And so the thing is that while a lot of authors are on Facebook, you kind of have to also be on these other platforms to run the gamut of the whole age group demographic that you're trying to hit.
Yeah, you do.
And so I think it's fascinating. I think it's interesting. And I think definitely something to explore to promote books. Now, having said that,
I see these videos.
I pulled a few videos as examples. So, and I also want to say too, TikTok, you can do ads on, and they allow you to link to books. I just started looking at it, so I'm not quite sure how it all works. But I also have to say, though, I haven't seen any of these people link, but I also haven't looked too far into it. But I'm also wondering, like, how much do you even need ads on TikTok? Because it's pretty organic growth. Like, you know, the growth in having the numbers of followers if you're posting content regularly is like amazing. So it shall be interesting to watch. Okay. So I pulled an editor that I had, this one editor I started following, and she just came on like the minute that I started on TikTok and gives you recommendations. That's how I found her. And I've been following her ever since. I thought, and she has really quick tips, because I think you can only do 15-second videos, but you can like stream a few together for 1 minute.
Okay.
And then I have a fantasy author. I have a romance author. And you were mentioning about teenagers, and during the break, I'll pull up another one where the author and the teenager were side by side, and the author was listening to the teen on TikTok give this review about her fantasy book. So I thought, oh, that's so cute. And wait till you see it. You'll love it, because, you know, you write fantasy. So, okay, I'm going to show you this first one. I'm hoping it works. Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
Yeah. Something has just arrived in the mail. Okay, that's the thickness compared to my head, but I have a really round face, so that might not be helpful. My copies of the Realmbreaker ARC are here. Oh my god. I'm so excited. I'm like actually speechless. This is weird. This is not the first arc I've ever held in my life, let alone like the first arc of my own, but she's very pretty. Okay, I'm gonna do more of these, like, and really show you this, but yeah, this is great.
Okay. I have lots to say about this video. So this is basically an unboxing that she was doing. Normally, a lot of the videos I've seen on TikTok are a little more edited. They have music, like there's graphics, you know, kind of interesting stuff, which for me, if I were to do TikTok, I would have to make it as simple as possible. I'm not sure I would do a bunch of editing. I would have to have like my sons edit it or something because that's too much work. So anyway, it has to be simple. But I just have to say one thing. I didn't know what she meant by dinosaur screams. I thought she meant like, I'm coming to a full stop because my book arrived, you know, but I think she means because she was like screaming.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just have to say. And then the second thing that kind of bugged me, but it was interesting, was, did you see how thick her book was?
Yeah. Massive.
I'm like, what? If I were asked to ARC read a book that thick, I'd be like, do you have a year to get my review? Like, I don't have that much time. Okay, so that was interesting, but it was cool. So that's an unboxing. Okay, so let's remove that one. Now here's the editor one that I wanted to show you.
I mean, we just trying to chill. We didn't come here to show off or floss our shit or anything.
Okay, I'll stop it there because the music's so loud. Hopefully I won't get tagged on YouTube for showing that. But anyway, so she does all kinds of videos like this where she's like giving these tips and like quick things. Sometimes she talks and, you know, gives tips and all that. But I thought that was so cute. You've got to follow her. I'll let you know who she is on the next break. But she's really good. And I thought, okay, Allie, there you go. As an editor, you know, watch her.
That's what I need to be doing.
Yeah, she's getting business. I'm sure she has a lot of followers. So really good editing tips, but quick in bite-sized, snackable bites. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, here is this one. And again, authors tend to show a lot of their personality. That was funny. So, that, you know, they put their personality into different things and stuff, but at the same time, I'm wondering, okay, how long did it take her to make that compared to, you know, the work she has to do on the book? But maybe that 6 hours sells her 100 books. So then I get it.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. One more. Okay, I'll stop it right there. So basically, you know, that is an example of a book promo, and there's quite a bit of those, and it's kind of fun to watch those. Yeah, some of them will do like, you know, here's my first book, my second book, my third book, my fourth book, and like, you know, show the whole catalog of their books. There's this one romance author I follow on there, Kennedy Fox. She does some fun stuff, but it's more very romance related.
Yeah.
And I decided I better not show that kind of stuff today. So, but she'll show like the model of her book dancing around, the model on her cover, the
Oh,
cute
cool.
guy model, you know, things like that. But she
Yeah.
gets a lot of attention because of all that.
Yeah.
Easy Graphics agrees with us. That was a monster of a book. I don't know. I was going to put that on, but it disappeared. Oh, okay. Oh, here he says, that was a monster of a book, very long. And then he asks, can Fiverr do a TikTok boss for you? I don't know. I'm sure there's
I'm sure there are
TikTok,
people who can, yeah.
yeah, TikTok experts, TikTok takeover people. Wouldn't it be cool to act out in graphic scenes?
Depends on
In
your
graphics.
scene.
Yeah. Dragons, especially, like anything dragon related would be really cool, but romance related, I don't know. There's probably some kind of, you know, clause in TikTok about what you're allowed to do and not to do. So anyway, Kennedy Fox, half the duo, good author. Yeah. Good author on YouTube, and but you should check her out on TikTok. She does some fun stuff, and it's usually her with a very, you know, red lipstick face, and she's not saying much, but all she does is she kind of looks up at her graphics, does her lips, and like points, and she's got different and like thinking of her head. So funny. So anyway, so that's TikTok. But I do want to bring on. I'll try and bring on that quote or the customer duo one, because that was really fun to watch. There's just some real creative ways to promote, and I think, you know, part of being an author is that you are who you are, and you're putting yourself into your books, and you're an author brand, you're an author personality, and customers, you're you know, there's this thing about finding 100 loyal customers, and then once you have that, build to 1,000 raving fans. You know, I think there's even a book out there, 1,000 raving fans or 10,000 raving fans or something like that.
Okay.
But to get there, you know, I don't think it pays anymore to just be sitting back as an author and not interact with your customers or engage or to show them who you are, who's the person behind this book. And so it's been fascinating to watch this TikTok develop in this way. And it's not just for authors. I've heard in other business circles too how well TikTok is doing for small business people. So I think it's cool.
Customers for everything now are just so much more interested in the people behind what they're buying.
Absolutely. The story, right? We're all into story. We're dragged in. In fact, I don't know if you know, but tomorrow in America is one of the biggest sports things going on. Do you know what it is?
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl time, and it really doesn't matter.
February?
Yes, yeah. I think the first weekend in February every year. And it doesn't really matter who's playing unless you're really like the two teams who are playing, which we don't, because, you know, we're Steelers fans and we didn't make it. We were close, but no cigar. Anyway, it doesn't matter who's in it. What matters is the commercials.
Yes, I hear that.
Because they're so story driven in that they I don't know what's going to happen this year with COVID. It'll be interesting. I'm really curious to see. I just tell my husband and my son, call me when the commercials are on, and I go back in the room when the commercials are on, because that's what I watch. And if I miss them, I watch them the next day because there's always posts somewhere about, you know, the top 10 commercials or whatever. And they're fun to watch because they are story driven. And that's what tugs at our heart, you know, is that we want to be moved. We want to be, you know, emotionally attached to the brands that we love. So my favorite, of course, are the Budweiser commercials, because every year they have the horse and the dog and the, you know, they're kind of fun to watch. Anyway, okay. So we better write. We've done a lot of TikToking talking. So we better. Epic commercials. It's right, Morningstar. Epic commercials. Okay. So we'll get into our second 20, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Let us know how you're doing with your writing. Bye.
Bye.
Realm Breaker by Victoria.
I'm back. Are you back, Allie? I am having Mac problems behind the scenes. It's terrible. I have memory, like not enough memory issues on my Mac.
No.
Yeah. My disk is full. Like I'm going to have to do some major repair. It's kind of frustrating. So
No.
anyway, yeah. So if we stop in the middle of this, you know why. At any rate, we're back. How'd you do that time?
Not bad. I'm just kind of fleshing out the Julia's story at the moment.
Yeah.
Adding some bits in.
You feel like you're where would you say you're at? About a third done? Half done? What do you think?
I keep going back and adding more things in, so I don't know. Never done? About a quarter, maybe.
It's good. You're making progress. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Definitely progressing today.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. There was a comment from Morningstar 269. Good on you.
Yeah, well done.
That's great. How about Kat or anybody else with us? Let us know what you're doing, what you're up to. I have to say that a couple days ago, I decided to buy ProWritingAid. Have you heard of ProWritingAid?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had Grammarly in the past, but I guess I must not have it anymore. And so I did my best preparing and pre-editing my last 2 books to get to the 2 editors. And so this week I decided to, the one editor wrote me back and said, do you use the Oxford comma? I'm like, yeah, I believe in the Oxford comma. Because I guess I didn't have enough of them in there. So so I thought, well, I'm going to buy ProWritingAid. And this guy that Easy Graphics and I are in his little group. It's called Self-Publishing with Dale. Of course, he has a discount code. And so I used his discount code and got it. And I uploaded That Was Then story to it. And I was really amazed. So I've been going through that and editing that. I did edit the last couple of days, a couple of chapters that way, even if I didn't get writing done. And
you sent that off to an editor, though?
Yeah, I did. So I sent both my books off. So yeah, apparently they're going to find them.
You can't edit while you've got it with an editor.
I know, but and I'm sure they're going to find the same things that ProWritingAid is finding. But I just thought for myself, and next time around, definitely I will run it through ProWritingAid. I just thought my writing was okay and fine and, was not all the commas and stuff that were missing. I was pretty amazed. And so anyway, so it was good. I was glad that I did that.
Good.
Kat says, I'm at the copy editing point, making great progress. And I am reading Kat's latest Billionaire book, which I'm so excited because I read her first one just as a customer. And then this time around, she said, would you like to read it? I'm like, yeah, I want to know what happens next. So I'm excited about that. Got my mom reading it too. She likes Billionaire romance apparently. So she read Kat's first one, and we're both reading the second one. So we're having our own little reading group between my mom and I. So that's been fun. But yeah, the ProWritingAid I think is going to be interesting and helpful, and actually already pointing out some things that I do a lot, which is that passive voice.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty good at passive voice, so I need to change that bad habit. How about you? You are an editor, so do you find that you're editing yourself along the way, or are you?
You know how they say, just write the first draft and don't edit it. Yeah, I'm not good at that.
No. I'm like full quotation marks, full everything is like go
long.
Stop every few sentences, go back, make sure I put that period in. Yeah. I would imagine it's hard for an editor too.
Yeah, it is. I don't have ProWritingAid. I looked into it when I first started editing, but I was doing more academic, and ProWritingAid was just too much. It was so much stuff in there that I had no need for.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of authors really like it, so I'm going to have to look back at it at some point and
from an author lens.
use it for
Yeah. And you can actually mark what kind of writing you're doing. So it actually had romance in there, which was interesting as a category. So I don't know how it filters its editing in certain ways for certain writing, but it had it in there. So I chose that. And then I like all the reports. Like you said, for you, academic, when you're doing your academic editing, maybe all those reports aren't interesting, but the reports in there were fascinating. Like, tells you how good you are at pacing, tells you what grade level your writing is at.
Oh, cool.
Which I had read somewhere. I think somewhere I'd read, and I don't know if this applies only to romance or not, something about, writing at a 7th grade level is best for readers because, don't use too many big words the average romance reader wouldn't use, that kind of a thing. And it said I had just above a 5th grade level of writing, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know.
I've seen something that says the average American reads at, I can't remember if it was 7th or 9th grade level, but it was it was one of those. And I'm not actually sure what that works out to for English for UK.
Wow. In the UK, maybe
So
yours is like 10th grade or something.
Well, we don't have the grade quite the same as you.
I know. So, yeah. See what level? So like 5th grade. My son is in 7th. My youngest is in 7th, and that's how old is he now? 13. So 12 and 13 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So you research that and let us know next time in the UK what that equates to.
Year 6 is 10 to 11. So year 7 is 11 to 12, and year 8 would be 12 to 13. So it's about the same.
So it says here, Morningstar says, when I was a creative writing student in college, my professor said to avoid passive language. I had no idea what he's talking about. Now we do. She says, I thought it was like Latin and there was tenses I didn't know. And Easy Graphics says, I happily read at grade 3 level. I know, right? We can't use huge words and in our dripping wet prose. We have to be very careful. She changed to engineering, scared I would be a poor writer. My mom actually went into accounting because as much as she reads prolifically, like a book or 2 a day, like she could not stand writing papers in college. So she switched to accounting just so she wouldn't have to write papers. She's a numbers person. Passive language either. I know. The only passive I love is passive income.
Do you like that passive?
Easy Graphics. You should actually read his book, Ellie. See, I'm going to connect you and Andy from Easy Graphics because he's written a book for the UK, even though he lives in Canada, but I assume he must have lived in the UK at some point, about being a real estate investor in the UK.
Okay.
Having buying property and being the landlord and that kind of thing. So you should read his book talking about passive income. LOL accounting. Yeah, and I'm complete opposite of her. Like, I am not the numbers person. I'm the creative person. That's probably why we get along so well, because we're like yin and yang, And so she does all the numbers. If she were younger, she'd probably enjoy like being the accountant for my $1 million author business. But sadly, by the time I reach $1 million status, she's already enjoying retirement, so she doesn't need that stress. Anyway, we are running over, and we better hit. You want to hit one more 20?
Yeah.
Are you still okay with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So everyone, if you're still with us, let's hit another 20. Let's make it a good 20. We'll see you on the flip side. I'm not going to put the timer up because I'm having Mac issues. So.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's Dale from Self-Publishing. Thanks for being here. Your ears must have been ringing because I think we have mentioned you a couple times. I've already told people to buy ProWritingAid. So guys, go look at Self-Publishing with Dale, or Dale, if you want to put it in the comment. I think everyone knows anyway about your 20%. I was talking about how wonderful that was. What else did we mention about Dale? Or a couple other things. So anyway, glad to see you here. We're doing another 20-minute, our final 20-minute session. So keep chatting in the chat, and we'll see you guys in 20. Get some writing in. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that should end our 20 minutes, our final 20 minutes. So I'd love to know how everybody did. Ali, how'd you do? Easy graphics. I see you. How'd you do? Let us know. Morningstar, let us know. Kate, if you're still with us. Over on Facebook, let us know. Anybody else watching? Dale, let us know how you've been doing. Okay, so Ali, your big total for the day. Give it to me because I'm going to weep and cry because of my computer issues. And it took me all this time just to log into another little Chromebook I have.
Oh,
So,
no.
I know, but that's okay. I'll catch up later today.
I haven't particularly got a word count because I've just been going through, but my my short story is now on 13,759 words, which I'm pretty sure is well above where it was. Yeah, it's about another 1,000 words more than it was when it was finished.
Nice. Kat Sadler says she's got a chapter and a half edited.
Hey, good
You're
job.
welcome. That's great. I'm so glad you're here with us. And while anybody else mentions or comments, I did mention earlier I was going to show you one more TikTok, a creative way that an author showed another person, another reader, a reader giving a review of their book on TikTok. And I thought this was really cute. So let me bring it back here. Oh, maybe, is it going to play? Maybe it won't play because of my computer issues. Play. Nope.
You have to share it in the group.
I know. It was a good example.
Or link it onto the YouTube. Can you link it onto the YouTube?
No,
video?
because I downloaded it, so I could upload it into here and be able to share it on screen. I'm not sure why it's not playing, but it was really cute. And the girl was like telling everyone why she loved this fantasy book, and and then the author saw it and she did a duet and was giving a reaction to it. And of course the girl was like putting on a little tiara, and it was so cute. I think there's so many creative ways you could really do TikTok. I'm kind of enthused about it after seeing some of these examples. So maybe each week I'll upload one more example each week when I find something creative somebody's done. Good. Well, it sounds like everybody had really good time today. Thanks for being with us and laughing with us. Easy Graphics got 70 words in. That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
We are all just booking right along on our 2021 writing goals. So it's been awesome to hang out twice a week and get this writing in and to encourage each other on and to learn and laugh and grow. It's all fun. It's all good.
It is.
So we will meet back up Tuesday to write, 3 p.m. It's going to be awesome. Next Saturday, I'll talk to you, but thanks to Dale, who's on this call, he scheduled his next group coaching at 10, which is our usual writing time, but maybe we'll move us back to 11, if that's okay with you, if that still works with you.
Fine.
So we can chat more about that after. But definitely, if you're back here with us Tuesday at 3 p.m., we'll be writing again. Hopefully my computer issues will be fixed by then and I'll actually get some writing.
Fingers crossed.
That would be nice. All right, everyone. Well, that does it for us today. Thanks for hanging out with us. We went a little longer today, but great conversation. So thank you, Ali, for being my writing partner. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kristen.
We will see you guys. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend.
Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Bye.